iShowSpeed is taking over the internet. Streamers are taking over the world. They're taking over the content space. Now, we're going to try and make this video unedited because it seems that the YouTube algorithm seems to like unedited content. It can tell by the metadata whether a video has been edited or whatever. Okay, so we're going to try and do this video as smoothly as possible without any edits. So this is a raw video. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, first of all, like the video, comment and subscribe. That would help me with growing this channel. As you can see, we are fairly new, very new on this particular channel. But let's just get into the video. So we're already yeah. So iShowSpeed. Okay, iShowSpeed. See, this is what happens when you do unedited content. Okay, I'm already making mistakes, but iShowSpeed has got to be the biggest streamer on the internet right now. In one of my previous videos, we talked about Kaisanat. Kaisanat has quit streaming. Okay, so iShowSpeed has been growing, millions of followers across various multiple platforms, streaming platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Okay, so specifically YouTube, we're going to talk about today. Okay, because you know I'm on YouTube. In fact, I don't even watch content on these other platforms because I'm an old man, I guess. But anyway, this is a young man's game, streaming. This is a young man's space, okay? And why I wanted to make this video is because this whole streaming thing goes to show that hip hop, the music industry, is falling off. In fact, the rappers are trying to jump on the streams with the streamers to get promotion, right? A lot of rappers are actually trying to become streamers instead of rappers now because the streamers are making all the money. They're making rappers look broke. Like, rappers are flossing and they're putting up this facade in music videos and stuff like that. And they're tied into these contracts. They're getting exploited by the record labels. And so on, the streamers are switching on the camera and they're getting, streaming money, YouTube, Kick, whatever, right? And they're making millions of dollars with less effort, no record labels, and so on. So, I mean, having a camera, living in this 2026 is like a cheat code because we didn't have this sort of stuff growing up, right? When I was growing up, I remember my first ever camera phone. It was new. I was like, how old was I? I was like 18, 19 years old when I had my first camera phone. Okay. I don't even know if Stream is even 19 years old yet. I mean, don't go mad at me, the fans, all right? I just don't know, okay? But yeah, I mean, he's a young guy, and he's got so much going on right now, okay? So he's been going all over Africa, okay? So he normally does the IRL streams, right? But this one's different. He's done not a world tour. He's done a tour of Africa. So he's gone to Algeria, Kenya, Morocco, Ethiopia, everywhere, okay? And recently even Egypt as well. This is the one stream that he deleted, which we'll talk about a little bit further in the video if you stick with me, okay? But so he has plenty of channels. So this is Live Speedy, 16 million subscribers, and then you have his other channels which has got millions of subscribers getting millions of views. You've got the shorts as well, where he's getting like this short has 42 million views of him racing a cheetah. And I will say that although this guy is a bit crazy, right? He's a bit crazy. And sometimes he goes, in the past, he's gone viral for just some stuff that I wouldn't even allow my kids to watch, right? But he is very talented, okay? He's doing a lot of sports stuff. There's a lot of sports collaborations. He's racing champions and stuff like that, all for the streams. And everybody's benefiting from this. So he's getting a promo. The people that he's collaborating with are getting a promo and so on. But let's just take a quick... We can't talk about it without at least, having a look at some of his content, okay? So let's watch him race a cheetah. Let's watch iShowSpeed race a cheetah. Will he win? I've already seen it. I know what happens, but let's just, for the sake of, let's just, yeah. I mean, it's live, but yeah, I have had to Sorry, it's not live. It's unedited, but I have had to obviously do a little bit of research and watch a few things before I talk about this. Okay, so yeah, uh, yeah. iShowSpeed races a cheater.
It's that time. We about to race a cheater. Come on, baby. Let's... Oh Lord, I am speed. Like so.
So as you can see, he lost. Did he win? No, he won. No, he lost. He was never going to be a cheater. But anyway, he's a talented guy. All right, he's a talented guy, and he's taking over the internet. All right, and again, what I said is rappers are trying to become streamers. Okay, streamers are trying to become no. There's people like DDG who was a streamer who became a rapper and now he's gone back to streaming. But just being a streamer gave him those opportunities to be able to follow his other dreams like music and stuff like that. You see people like KSI, taking over, and because of their massive followings, it's just giving them success, and then they can go into things like drinks, like Prime, things like that. Like so, streaming just is just crazy. Like it's people are just going mad. Like careers just going crazy, all from streaming. They're helping other people's careers just because of their streaming, which ultimately makes them the future of content, the biggest stars in the world. When you see the way people are running out, the way he's shutting down, like when he turns up somewhere, it shuts the whole place down. We saw the same thing with Kai Cenat in his early days. Okay, now we talked about Kai Cenat in the previous video. He's actually quit streaming now. And so does that make room for, I don't even know if iShowSpeed was bigger than Kai Cenat, but he's probably going to be a lot bigger than Kai Cenat ever was at the moment because he's in his prime. And he's obviously, the competition is gone. Competition is gone. All right, now, the thing with streaming is, yes, you can be talented and things like that, but the people that go the most viral are the people that do the craziest things. Okay, so it's not always going to be positive. That's the thing. And obviously, there's an element of selling your soul in that, right? But we're not going to, this is not a video about selling your soul. This is just basically a video about the content space and how there's opportunities for people to get out of the rat race. You don't have to try and focus on, because a lot of people, they focus on sports, they focus on music, and there's only a very small percentage of people that actually break out into those things. And then even after that, they're getting robbed by the record labels, and they're not making as much. A lot of rappers and a lot of celebrities and a lot of actors and actresses, they're not making as much money as people might think they are. Although there are some that are just gone crazy money, but not everybody is. It takes a lot of time and a lot of hard work to get into that. And I'm not going to say that it doesn't take hard work to build yourself up as a streamer, as a content creator, because obviously it does. The fact that he's streaming every single day is a lot of hard work. There's a high demand for his content, and so he has to be active. And I guess that's why people like Kai Cenat eventually end up quitting, because it's like, yo, they need a break. But anyway, let's quickly listen to 6ix9ine talking about Neon, right? So Neon went viral for, being a menace, right? Being a menace, saying whatever he wants to whoever he wants, flipping out on the internet. And, people like to see people crash out on the internet. He's a skinny, harmless looking guy, but yet he's got a big mouth. And that's how he went viral, okay? Similar to like that Jack Doherty guy or whatever his name is, right? So someone like Neon, is worth a lot of money now. And it's all because of streaming. And 6ix9ine touches on it in this video. And this is a Tank's video. So let's just quickly see what 6ix9ine says about that.
It used to be...
You know why? I'm going to tell you. Streamers are making more money than rappers. They cooler to the kids than rappers. You know why? Because they
these streamers are themselves, right? You could look at them as lame. You could look at them at corny. You could look at a nigga like Neon, right? Just say I'm gonna use Neon because he's a cool ass kid. You could look at Neon like this glasses, skinny, scrawny, fucking lame nigga making more money than 21 Savage. Like yes, he's making way more money than this nigga. Like you know what I mean? And
That's because rappers, they never most rappers, most street rappers, they never grew out of secondary school. I promise you.
So in a nutshell, you hear what he's saying there. This is 6ix9ine. He's a huge rapper, and that's him saying it himself as well. Like these streamers are making more money than rappers. 21 Savage is a rapper that's worth. I'm gonna assume he's worth millions, right? I'm sure 20. Yeah, I mean he's definitely worth millions. I'm just checking up his net worth right now, actually. So 21 Savage net worth is over 16 million estimated. Okay, so let's just do a Neon net worth. N3ON Neon streamer. This is Neon streamer net worth. Okay, it doesn't say. But I'm going to assume that Neon is making a lot more than 21 Savage because the amount of money that these people make on a monthly basis is crazy. The brand deals, the ad revenue, like everything combined, these lot are making a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money on a monthly basis. They're making millions of dollars a month. Millions of dollars a month. And they don't have a record label that they're giving 80% to, 50%, or whatever it is, whatever a record deal looks like. They don't have that. They're paying for their music videos and all that sort of stuff. They don't have that. They literally are their own brand. Now they are a slave to the platform, though, right? They are a slave to the platform. But again, when they branch out into other revenue streams, or it's and they're on all these different platforms, like you know, I don't know all of them. I know Kick. I know obviously you got TikTok, you got Instagram, you got Snapchat, you've got YouTube. Okay, and I'm guessing there's a lot of other platforms, right? Across all platforms, they're making loads of money. It's like you can't really even cancel them. If you cancel them on one platform, they blow up on another platform. Like Aiden Ross has been cancelled. I think he might have been cancelled a couple of times on Kick or whatever. And they end up having to just let you back on the platform because you're massive for their platform. So even it's very hard for them to get cancelled on any single platform. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy, guys. Now, there's some controversy about the whole Egypt stream. Okay, so iShowSpeed went to Egypt and, you know, let's have a look. So he deleted his Egypt stream. Okay, and I think that the reason he deleted it is just something to do with the pyramids. Okay, because there are people have said, you know, I don't know what people have said. Okay, I've seen one or two videos or whatever, but I think that the whole reason he would have deleted the live stream is because it's unedited. Okay, so things like the pyramids, there's certain things that you can't. I think he's one of the only people who's ever been able to live stream the pyramids, and the pyramids. There's a lot of stuff that they like to keep under wraps. So I think the fact that he has made a video on the pyramids on one of his other channels, because he's got a bunch of different channels. Okay, obviously that's an ad which we probably shouldn't be showing. We're not monetized on this channel anyway. You know, YouTube, you can't be getting, the free the ads in on my video without even monetizing my video. That's YouTube. Come on, man. That's dirty. But anyway, here we go. So he is on one of his other channels, which he has 16 million subscribers. Okay, just on this one alone, you know. This video has 1.5 million views in a couple of days. But anyway, so he does go and to the pyramids. So I don't know if that's inside a pyramid or whatever. Okay, but yeah, so I think he deleted the video because you know, it's a live stream, so you can't edit out certain parts that they may not allow you to film. You can't edit it out. So maybe he was asked by them to delete the video, but in the video there were controversial things like iShowSpeed talking about, you know, the what is it, the things like the Sphinx and the statues, the idols, yeah, that nobody should be worshipping, by the way, or you know, because people worship idols. Obviously, I'm a Christian, so I have a biblical perspective on life, right? But he's asking them questions like the tour guide, like, why is the nose cut off? Like, where's the nose gone? Let me see if I can get an image up. Let me see if I can get some images up. So iShowSpeed. Yeah, so obviously, like all of these statues, right? They've got the nose cut off. Let me show. YouTube stream. Let's see. Right, so you've got a bunch of people that are making videos as well, like just talking, you know, coming up with their theories as well. But you can see there that iShowSpeed, obviously you can see like just the statues or whatever, right? They've all got their noses cut off, and iShowSpeed is asking them in the video, like, why is the nose cut off? And they're coming up with these lame excuses, right? Not only that, but he didn't get as much love in Egypt as he normally does, right? Like, I think some people think that it's quite racist over there or whatever. I don't know. You know, it's in Africa. But anyway, there was some controversy about that stream. And he probably didn't have the most pleasant time in Egypt. So just to goes to show, like, no matter how big you are, you're never going to have, you know, it's not going to go your way 100% of the time. But yeah, the video is not even about that. But ultimately, just like 6ix9ine said, right? People like Neon are making more money than people like 21 Savage. And it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to see that, you know, people have these opportunities, right? And they, you know, it's a good thing. At the same time, it can be a bad thing. I think it's a good thing in the sense that, oh, look, he's racing. He's racing. Yeah, so it's a good thing in the sense that where people don't have to get on and start making gangster music and doing all of that nonsense, that foolery, and just talking about all the stuff that encouraging people to end up in prison, influencing the youth into some madness, right? You can go and do stuff like this, but then the negative side of it is that there is an element of selling your soul. It may not be to a record label, all right, but it's more, you know, not being yourself. I mean, what's his name? 6ix9ine said that Neon he's himself. I don't think that he's himself, because in real life he's not just going to crash out and talk to people in that way. The way that if anybody knows what I'm talking about, right? He's so disrespectful, right, to people, right? And in real life he does it for the streams, and the streams enables him to be able to do that from the other side of the world on the internet. But I don't think he would do that in person. In fact, I've never seen him switch out on anybody in person. You know, in fact, there's times where he ran into people and they pressed him, you know, and it got difficult for him. You know, so these people have to go around with security. So that's a negative side to it. But also, the selling your soul, like I said, it's not really being yourself. You have to put on an act for the camera, and iShowSpeed has done some crazy things in order to go viral, right? And he said some crazy things. And, you know, ultimately, I'm not going to get into what those things are, right? Many of you watching may have already seen why he went viral. In fact, you can type in on YouTube and let me try, actually. Let me try. Clips that made, and we're not going to watch it. iShowSpeed go viral. I'm doing well for the unedited content, aren't I? Clips that made iShowSpeed famous. Let's see. Yeah, so he's done some crazy things, all right? He's done some mad things in the past, okay? And I think he has matured a lot, though. You know, not that I follow his journey like that, but from what I see recently, when he's on these streams and he's going, when he meets people, he's quite respectful. Okay, he's got a lot of banter, but when he gets on a live stream, when he was behind his desk, you know, online he did some crazy things. But ultimately, yeah, you can make a lot of money from streaming, man. So yeah, iShowSpeed is taking over the internet. But guys, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. That would be much appreciated. But that's all I've got for you in this video, unedited, and yeah, I'll see you next time.